Join me for a full tour and the 3.5-hour journey on the inter-islander ferry, Aratere. I've been on the Aratere 3 times now, and its journey across the Cook Strait between Wellington and Picton. Along with this tour, I'll give you my best tips to make your trip as enjoyable as possible. Let's get into it. If you don't know, Inter-Islander is a ferry company in New Zealand that operates in between the North and South Islands from Wellington to Picton and vice versa. They operate 3 ferries in total: Kaitaki, Kairahi, and Aratere. They will be adding 2 more ships in 2026. Aratere is the longest serving ship in the fleet and the only one with a large viewing deck on the bow of the boat. Now let's talk about planning ahead. You'll need to decide if you'll be bringing a vehicle on board or if you'll be a walk-on passenger. Vehicle prices can range from 220 New Zealand dollars to 400 New Zealand dollars for a small camper van. The price can go quite a bit higher than this if you're driving a large motorhome, so something to keep in mind if you're going to be doing a long trip from the North to South Island in a big trailer or motorhome. The price for foot passengers start at 68 New Zealand dollars, and by the way, all of these prices are for one way only. I recommend booking an early morning or late afternoon trip so that you can catch the sunrise or the sunset. If you have a firm travel date, be sure to book your ferry crossing as far ahead as possible because these spots can fill up quite quickly, especially at the peak and desirable times. In Picton, you can park in the parking lot for about $6 a day and board on foot. Head into the terminal to check in and drop off your bags if you wish to do so. Grab a coffee and wait until boarding time. You will need to check in 60 minutes before boarding. If you're going to be bringing your vehicle onto the ferry, go into the check-in desk and follow the instructions that the person at the desk gives you. Basically, you just drive your car into a lineup about an hour before boarding time and get ready to board when they're ready for you. Once you're on the ferry, you'll notice lots of seating areas and options. The very front of the boat, where the bar is, usually fills up first as it has the best view and easy access to the outdoor viewing deck. We typically move around a lot, go in and outside multiple times, and have never had an issue finding a seat, so I wouldn't be too worried unless you're traveling at the peak of summer and the peak times a day. Another great spot for taking in the views are the side decks, which are on either side of the ship. These are also smoking areas. The Aratere has lots of amenities. There's a cafe with hot foods like burgers and chips, a bar with beer and wine, and lots of snack options. To save money, we usually bring our own snacks on board, but indulged in a small meal on this particular trip. The burger was actually really great, and so were the chips. There were also a few craft beer options, which is a really nice touch if you're into craft beer and you don't want to have an alcoholic beer. They do have Garage Project's Tiny, which is my personal favorite non-alcoholic beer in New Zealand. If you're lucky enough to get nice weather, definitely go outside as much as possible. I was able to see albatross and dolphins on this trip. The ship crew will alert you about wildlife if they spot it, but they don't always spot it, so your best chance is to be outside as much as you can to see what you can spot yourself. The scenery is, of course, breathtaking, especially coming through the sounds out of Picton, and then once you get to the Bay Area of Wellington. Something that's really cool on this cruise is you can see the North Island from the South Island pretty soon after you leave the Sounds area. Take time and just enjoy the ferry ride as if it was a cruise and it was a trip on its own. It's a really special experience and a wonderful way to travel. It can get quite bumpy during the crossing, so I definitely recommend taking some medicine if you're prone to motion or seasickness. The Aratere also has a kids' play area and a cinema if the weather isn't great or you're looking to just relax in a quiet space. Tickets for the movie are an additional fee. I'm not entirely sure how much it was. I think it was maybe around $5, but the theater is quite small. Totally up to you if you want to take advantage of this or not. You could also upgrade to the premium lounge for 86 New Zealand dollars per person. You have to be over 18. No kids are allowed in this area, so this is a great option if you have a super busy sail crossing and you just need to get away and get a bit of quiet. It also includes free drinks and a free buffet, plus a nice, quiet, private seating area. If you get to go on the Kaitaki boat instead of Aratere, you can book a private cabin for 49 New Zealand dollars, which includes an ensuite bathroom. So if you're going to be traveling later in the day or you just want to have your own private space, maybe get a nap in and have some more privacy, this is perfect. And I actually think the price is not bad at all. I really love taking the ferry, and I hope this video helps you plan and enjoy your trip. Definitely subscribe for more New Zealand content to come, and I'll see you guys really soon in the next one. Bye.